coordination is just off. I don't know. I don't. Every time I try, man. Every time I try, here I go again. Hi guys, welcome to
Hello.
the episode of It's On. I'm your girl, Excuse Faith. I got my homie Wendy with me. I look
What's
a mess
up?
today. I'm just
I
tired.
do
I didn't feel
too.
like putting on no face. So this
Me
is what
neither.
y'all get. At least I got some chapstick on, and I'm not crusty looking. Okay, okay. Um. Okay. So tonight, I don't think I. Okay, let me stop me picking at my slides. Tonight we're going to talk about Encanto. It's going to be a deep discussion, and the reason why I say that is because listen, if Generational Curses was a movie, this would be it.
The
Okay,
movie.
I'm just keeping it 100. Like, oh my god, like it was awesome. I love the movie, but and normally Disney movies have a theme, a message, all this stuff. And yes, my big grown behind still watches the Disney movies. My kids,
I watch it all the time. I'm look. It will be a day you will catch me watching Little Mermaid, Lion King,
you know,
Beauty and the Beast, even Cinderella and Snow White.
I'm just
Hey,
saying, I still watch the Disney. Okay, I'm mad that the new version of Turner and Hooch got snatched off the air. They canceled the show. Disney Plus, why y'all canceling shows? I don't understand it. At the first season, I actually liked it. Um, so yeah,
but
here we are.
sometimes remakes can't be remade though. Come on now.
It was really cute, and they did it tastefully. I don't particularly agree with all remakes. I don't particularly agree with all sequels. There are some sequels that should never have been made. There are some remakes that should never have been made, but this was really, really cute and really, really Disney. And I enjoyed it. I really did. I like Disney shows though. So I just, I got something to catch up on because I was waiting on certain individuals in my house to sit down and watch with me, but they don't be bothered by me. So I got to just watch the shows on my own. At any rate,
Girl, you got
let me get off my
issues.
little soapbox. Encanto, awesome movie. We're gonna talk about Mirabelle in the game momentarily, but first we have to get into our week of shows. And honey, here we go.
Oh
Now,
gosh.
this was a mess. I
This
want to
I
start.
felt I felt bad for Steve, number one.
Yeah,
Cause
we're gonna get to that. Hold on. First of
um,
all, let's talk about how Carrie has this neighbor, right?
who reminds her of her,
Who reminds her
basically.
of her. And she later finds out she's a jewelry designer from California. So she didn't know what the girl did. She's just like, ma'am, how you get this apartment in my brownstone? How does this work? You're able to go out every night. You up at all hours of the night. I can't get no sleep. Like, ma'am, tell me what it is. So this beautiful young girl, and a lot of people are saying that they're going to do a reboot of Sex in the City and make it more up to date. Although this was kind of a continuation of the Sex and the City story for us
It's basically
fans.
you can say it's basically a modern day Golden Girls because they're the same age
You
as the Golden
know,
Girls.
I know. Thank you for being a friend. Except they don't have my homie. They just don't have the girl.
Samantha.
They
Hmm.
don't have my girl. So she finds this younger version of her. She's also like cataloging all of her clothes. Because she has moved back to her old abode, she doesn't have the space for all the clothes and stuff that she has in her apartment. So now because she doesn't have the space, she's trying to downsize and put things in storage. So she has Lily helping her. And Lily is trying on clothes, and it's a really cute time for Lily and Auntie what's this girl's name?
Carrie.
Auntie Carrie to spend some time together. So I
Well,
think that
Godmama Carrie. I think she's the girl's
Godmama, whatever,
godmama.
one of them, Godmama, Auntie, at this point, Nana too, I don't know. But but this is where we are in life. And so let's get to let's talk about speaking of Lily, let's talk about Lily and Charlotte. Um Charlotte
Charlotte.
was about to
Sh-
salute her husband on the floor in the bathroom. And Lily walked in. So let me say this, y'all, but time out, time pause. Dear parents, especially if you getting it on and still getting it in. Lock your you got locks on your door. Y'all rich, so I know y'all got locks on y'all doors. Y'all stay in the upper east side. So put the lock on the door, okay? You want to get down and talk to that mic in the morning time, for whatever reason, because you just
She
feel like
said,
you in the
talk
mood.
to that
Lock
mic.
the door. The baby saw you
Lock
on your
the door.
knees in the floor, about to go in on your husband's, you know what? Okay. And she was so embarrassed by this. She hit the baby with the dough in her face. That's just how kids are not supposed to walk in on their parents. But guess what? My children do it all the time. It's like they don't care. You on the toilet, so what? Listen to me. You're in the tub having a Calgon moment. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna sit on this toilet. I remember when Jalen had to have been in kindergarten. I had just gotten off work from the car lot. He's supposed to be asleep, but he ain't. He up. It's weekend. I am in the tub soaking. This man come in the bathroom, sets the toilet lid down, sits on top of the toilet lid, and commits to having a conversation with me. Like I was there.
You're like, dude, I
Bruh,
am
I'm
naked.
having,
Number
first of all,
one.
I have on no clothes. What are you, tell me what you're doing. And secondly, explain to me why you in here talking to me. You can't wait till I get out the bathroom. So that's parents, and I know that's every parent's story. A lot of parents, they, the kids just they don't care. They care not. I came from that. I've sucked on that to get milk. I just care not. It is what it is. You do what it is you need to do. So so they don't care. So she's being a kid. That's what she's being. But y'all lock the
Mm-hmm.
door. Please lock the door. I had to learn, Jesus. I had to learn. So she talks to Carrie about this because they're all kind of talking about their problems. She's talking about her neighbor, or she's trying to talk about her neighbor. She doesn't talk about the neighbor. She kind of veers away from the neighbor because Charlotte, well, I'm sorry, Miranda says she thinks she's going to get a divorce from Steve because Shay, with her toxic behind, done said, "Hey, dog, listen here." I want to be with you. We finna get to that in a minute. But she's thinking about asking Steve for a divorce. Or here we go. The news goes to Charlotte, as they say, blowing her husband. You still blow? You still blow your husband? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I still we still get it in, guys. Okay. Um, and so they kept on that vernacular in that conversation. But Carrie gave her some good advice. She said, that wasn't something that you were comfortable talking about growing up. Growing up back in the day, sex was such a taboo subject for us. It wasn't something that was so openly discussed. I know we talked about the situation where Tammy was dragged in her brown panties across the floor on Real World 20 something odd years ago. 30 years ago, 20 something, was it 20, 30? Is it 30 something years ago? Okay. They that old. Okay. So we talked about how taboo things like that. What you didn't see that, it was cable television, but it was on MTV. And there were certain things that you just didn't do on TV. You couldn't, now they say, the word bitch like it's, nothing on regular TV now. But fast forward 30 years ago, that was something that was not, you know, that wasn't something that was widely done. And so when they are discussing this, she said, well, maybe I can, take her out. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about this. We're going to be a little bit more open because she's trying to be different. She's already had to deal with one kid wanting to be non-binary and have pronouns and that sort of thing. And now she's dealing with another kid who she's afraid that she's, tapping into her sexuality, but she wants her to feel open and free to come talk to her about whatever. So you have those two different things that she's having to deal with her two girls. Um, and so Charlotte takes Lily out for a girls' lunch. Both of them are on their phones. And so Charlotte was like, we're not going to be on our phones. We're just going to set them down in the middle of the table and we're just going to talk. Okay. That's fine. That's cute. But Lily's phone goes off. Lily has a fake Instagram account that her mom is not friends with her own. And of course, teenage girls tend to do this when they want to hide things from their parents. She has on workout clothes, but she takes this like really, really cute picture. Her mom freaks out. First of all, you got an Instagram page that I don't know about. Like, what is, explain to me what's going on. So her mom freaks out. Lily leaves her at the restaurant and runs to Carrie's house. And of course, that's the thing. Lily spends the night. She's mad at her mom. Her mom overreacted about the picture, I think, because it was workout clothes. She's 15 years old. And she's that girl, calm down. We're going to give her a day to be with me, and that's fine. So, meanwhile, Carrie's still obsessing over this neighbor who is just party, hardy, uh, keeping up the noise, that sort of thing. Then let's go over to this sad story of Miranda. Let me tell you something. Steve made a point when Miranda was talking. Well, let me back up. Miranda's at this rally, this LGBTQ rally. Um, and Shay is speaking, and she's having fun until she looks over. She happens to see her son and his girlfriend at the rally too. So she don't want to be seen at the rally. Now keep in mind, Shay is on stage. Shay ain't nowhere near Miranda. Shay is on stage, and Miranda is enjoying, the rally. She sees that, so she makes it a point to duck away so her son and girlfriend don't see her, because at this point, Steve doesn't know what's going on. Poor guy. Um, and so since Steve doesn't know what's going on, she wants to keep it that way. Then Shay was like, well, y'all got an open relationship, don't you? She was like, no, we're married. Oh, no, I don't do the cheating thing. I don't do that. Now, Shay, ma'am, you knew the girl was married. You just assumed that she had an open marriage. Some part of me doesn't believe that, but it is what it is. Well, you were at the film with her husband and her kid. So you can't make me believe that you thought that they had an open marriage. I don't buy that. So I think there's some manipulation going on here, but she makes a point. You need to tell your husband what's going on and what the deal is. So Miranda makes a decision that she is going to ask Steve for the divorce. She goes home to talk to him during their dessert period of time. And first of all, Steve didn't have his do that man not like wearing his hearing aid? I'm super confused by this.
He don't like wearing his
He
hearing
don't.
aid.
See, always it be under a couch pillow, it be in the drawer. Like he just does not like wearing the hearing aid. I'm like, sir, you need the hearing aid like you need your glasses. I understand hiding it and turning it off when your son is getting it on, above you. But I don't understand. I don't know. At any rate, she tells Steve she wants to do what she kind of tiptoed around the subject, kind of, sort of. Um, and Steve kind of figured it out because he's a smart guy. He was like, "So what are you trying to say? You want a divorce?" And I felt horrible at that moment. I wish Miranda felt as horrible as I felt, because he was like, throughout the years of our relationship and us being together, you've never been satisfied with our relationship. Like, it's always something better. It's always something more. And for the last few years, it's been just calm, and we've just been cool, and we've been watching movies and sitting on this couch and doing this and doing that. And she's like, well, I want more. Miranda, Miranda, Miranda. Why? Girl, you was a golden girl. You are a golden girl. Okay. And I don't even know which Golden Girl she would be. And the reason why I say I don't know which Golden Girl
She
she
will
would
be. She will be Dorothy.
you think she'd be Dorothy?
She'll be Dorothy. Charlotte would be. Charlotte would be Rose. Hold on. No. 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 Let me put that. Let me put that back.
Because I'm just
Um,
really confused.
Carrie
Like,
would be Dorothy. Miranda would be Sophia because she says anything. Charlotte would be Rose.
and of course
Samantha would be
Samantha would have
Blanche.
been Blanche. Okay. Um, yeah. I just have feelings about this. So it made me feel horrible her doing it. Well, I told him. So now she thinks she's going to be with Shay. I don't think she's going to be with Shay. I think this
No,
is not
she.
going to end the way Miranda wants it to end. And I do feel like throughout the series, Miranda has been unsatisfied with something, like never really satisfied with the way her life was going, never really happy in relationships. Although Steve cheated on her in the series when they were, I think, just dating.
No, he didn't cheat on her. He cheated on her in the first movie.
Was it the first movie?
It was the
Oh
first
my
movie.
god, I thought it was a series. Okay,
Uh-uh.
that's right. Because every time about getting a divorce then because she had cheated, he had cheated on her.
Uh-huh.
Um, he cheated on her, but I feel like she's always been like unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
truly unhappy. Um, and I never got the sense that she was ever happy throughout the series. She's just been that person to me. Um, I don't know. I don't know. This is not going to end well. Carrie um found the young lady in her apartment. People had left. It looks like some partying had taken place. Um Carrie went in, closed the door. She saw who she was at that point, told Nima, I think that's her name, Nima, um, that who the girl was. She was like, oh my God. And that next morning, Carrie wakes up and the girl and her boyfriend are like fighting. And I think she finds out that he slept with one of her friends there in New York. I'm not sure. It's a mess. She's hurt. She's there, in New York, from California, doesn't really have real friends. So we're gonna see how this goes, and if there is a spark of a reboot from her
Mm-hmm.
and her group of friends, because like I said, that's the rumor that there's gonna be a brand new Sex and the City reboot. You know what I liked? I liked the
What?
prequel that they had when she first met Samantha. Do you
You
remember
mean the
that?
Carrie Diaries?
I liked the Carrie
They
Diary.
only had 2 seasons of that, I know.
And they
And
kept, but
her
you know what?
big was
They kept,
Sebastian.
huh?
Well, and her big was Sebastian.
Right
That
at
was
the
the name of.
time, because she
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a big at that point in time.
Right, right.
She was still in high school. But I like that. I like to know. Sometimes I like to know the begin. I like to know how things happen and how things began. That's just me personally. Um, but yeah,
And the girl that played the Samantha, she kind of, had her sounding like Kim Cattrall and everything.
yeah, she kind of. I'm not gonna say she looks like him, and I can't remember the actress's name because I've seen her in other things. Sophia Robb, who actually played Carrie in that series, actually was in Little Fires Everywhere. She played the young version of Reese Witherspoon's character in that show.
Mhm.
Um, they are. I've seen the other young lady who played and the girl who plays the black girl that works with Carrie. She's on New Amsterdam. So I can't
Mhm.
remember her name either. I'm not good with names. I gotta get better at that.
I
Okay,
know who you're talking about.
yeah. Okay, so and just like that, make sure you guys check out what do we have? Two more episodes left of this,
I
maybe?
think so.
Okay. Check out the next two. Oh, by the way, the dress that Carrie and I meant to put that picture in here that she had on like ballroom like dress. I think
That
she
was her Paris dress when she
her
was in
Paris
Paris.
dress. Yes. Gorgeous. I love it.
And she said, I sometimes I just eat popcorn on the window, on my windowsill with it on,
Yes,
hey.
and I love it. I love it. One day I'm gonna be that fabulous and have garbs and stuff from the other countries, or I'm gonna have a Paris dress, girl. I'm gonna have me a Paris dress. All right, so and just like that on HBO Max, make sure y'all check it out on Thursdays. I think we got 2 more episodes left of this. All right, so listen. First of
Girl,
all, I'm not gonna go into details of ladies who list. I'm gonna start with them first. I'm not gonna go into deep detail, but a lot of people had some criticism about Selling Tampa, and I wanted to do a Selling Tampa review. And I still want to do a sell. Did you see Selling Tampa?
I see it.
Okay, I do want to do a Selling Tampa review. There might be an episode or two after this one. I'm not sure yet. Um, Lady Who Lists Atlanta actually shows them. They got the drama. They're doing what Selling Sunset. I had to go back and watch Selling Sunset. Selling Sunset has a ton of drama. Okay. As a matter of fact, Justin Hartley's ex-wife is on the show, and they were still married when the show started. And
Really?
then, yeah,
Because I thought she was an
she
actress.
is an actress, but while they had downtime, she was in between jobs. She got her real estate license, and now ironically, the lady that he's married to now, they were all co-stars on the same soap opera. Okay,
Oh,
he and the girl that's
what
on Selling
was it?
Sunset,
I don't think he was ever on the same thing as she was, because she was on All My Children.
they
He
were
was
on two
on
different. That it was
no no
that it was a
no
whatever.
listen listen listen
Mhm,
listen listen listen.
mhm.
She was on All My Children. He was on two different soaps.
She
He
was
was
on
on
two different soaps
Passions.
too.
She was on Passions and Young and the Restless.
He was on Days of Our Lives.
No. Passions and Young and the Restless.
They
Girl, hold
met.
on.
They met on the soap operas. I'm telling you what she said on the thing because I watched it. Hold on. They all worked on the same soap opera together.
Young and the Restless, Adams, Passions. I don't see nothing about no Days of Our
Okay,
Lives.
that's fine. That's fine. You ain't got to see nothing about Days of Our Lives. Hold on. They met on the set, probably on Young and the Restless, because they were on. All three of them at one point were on the same soap opera. Hold on.
Now he married his first wife, who was a Passions co-star.
Yeah, I remember her, Lindsay Corman, because I remember them because I watched Passions. Chriselle, they were together for 6 years before they got married. They got married in 2017. Hold on,
See,
Passion
Chriselle
co-star.
was on All My Children and Days of Our Lives. I'm telling you, I used to
How did
watch these
they meet?
soaps.
They met. I don't know. She claimed that they all met on the same soap opera. I'm just telling you. I don't know if she did a guest spot or something, but I'm telling you what she said on Selling Sunset because I went back and watched all of them episodes of Selling Sunset. So, nevertheless, we gonna keep pushing. Ladies Who List does show them with the real estate, and it also shows them with the drama. And so I remember DJ Envy had said something about Selling Tampa, saying it was more drama shown than them showing properties. And I did see them showing properties, but he was like, they didn't show properties to like the 6th episode. And I was like, no, they showed properties before then. But that's fine. We'll go with that. I get it. I understand where he was coming from. Well, Ladies Who List, this young lady on the end, her name is Robin. She has an idea to bring all of these ladies picture beside her together to make like one big real estate conglomerate. Everybody has a specialty. They'll have 2 closing attorneys in the group. There are some that specialize in luxury real estate. She specializes in condos. She's really trying to do this, and they want to do it in Atlanta. Great idea, awesome idea. But there are some issues, and we're going to get into those issues because I don't know what all you watched and what have you.
I
What
watched the first first two
Episode.
episodes.
Okay, so you haven't watched episode 3 yet.
Uh-uh.
Okay,
But she
so
was, that's what I'm going to watch tomorrow, because she was getting
we'll
mad
add it.
at homegirl saying that why are you so triggered? However, you could tell me I'm triggered one more time.
Well, you know what? Let me say
Tell
this.
me I'm triggered
Let
one
me
more
say
time.
this. Let me say this. She didn't know, because she knows what Robin is going through, but Robin hasn't completely opened up, and she doesn't really know how to deal with Robin. Because Robin goes, and normally when she talks to Robin, she could get Robin to calm down. In that instance, she could not. Number one. Number two, how you gonna do business with folk you got beef with?
That's what I didn't understand.
You know you got beef with these folk. How you
So
gonna put
one of
together?
the girls, so apparently one of the girls she got beef with, I think the girl was just getting into real estate and she needed some leads or something.
Well,
And
it wasn't that she was getting ready to open her own brokerage. She didn't need
okay.
leads. She had deals on the table. Her clients were going with her for her to open her own brokerage, but she had to have her license under a broker.
Okay.
Robin is a broker. So because Robin has her broker's license, she asked Robin, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you let me do this while I'm setting up my brokerage so these deals can go through, so it won't be no problem? Robin wanted to charge her $13-something thousand for her to do that. Instead of
I think it was like 800 a lead, 800 a
500. It
foul,
was 500.
500 a foul. So it totaled up to $24,000.
Was it 24? She said 13. Okay. It was a lot. Okay. Because it was like 29 deals she had on the table. Okay. So it was a lot. It was a lot. And so she was like, I mean, did she need the money? Like, what's going on? Her husband's like, I don't know. But you know what it is. So she said, I'm gonna address it. Robin went from 0 to 100 real quick in that setting, and it didn't have to be that. And she discounted how Kiana was feeling when Kiana told her, now the other girl, you unfollowed me on social media. Helpful.
That was kind of petty.
But I understand where she's coming from, because let me say this: the same young lady that got unfollowed on social media, that's the young lady who she takes the pictures in her bikini and do this and do that, and it helps her sell her real estate. Her customers, flock to her. They old school. They don't like the way she's presenting herself, because they think she should present herself in a different way. And so it was petty, but address the real issue. Do you not like me because of the way that I'm marketing myself in real estate? And say that. Say, don't look down on me because this is the way I'm marketing myself. This is what I know. I'm younger than you. So we are a social media, generation. We got TikToks and all this other stuff on the media of social. So we know how to maneuver that, and we know how to deal with that and make that work for us and to our advantage. So that's what I don't understand, why she wants to put these groups. You can go to somebody else. Maybe these ladies are heavy hitters and shakers and movers in the city of Atlanta. I don't know. But I wouldn't want to put a group of people together that A, don't know me, B, don't like me, or I got beef with, rather. Because a couple of the people do know her. The other ones only know of her, but they don't know her. I know. So we're going to get into Ladies Who List. We're going to add it to our reality TV roundup, and we'll do a brief synopsis of it. So let's talk about these Salt Lake City women. So they are in, what's the name of the place they at for Mother's Day? Okay. They done went on another trip. The husband sent them away for Mother's Day. They got a problem with Meredith and Mary flying in. Keep in mind, Jen tried to jump on Lisa on the bus. Let's talk about that. She literally tried to jump on Lisa on the bus, and they were like, well, I'm traumatized. But why didn't you ride with us and go through this trauma with us? Ma'am, because I didn't want to. Now they're questioning whether or not Meredith's dad was, they had his memorial at the time that they claimed when they were supposed to go to Vail. Now keep in mind, this is a trip that Meredith set up for y'all to come on. So y'all think that Meredith decided to call the folks on Jen so they can come pick Jen up and go arrest her? They've been investigating her for 9 years. And they wanted to bring Mary in on it too. Um, Meredith, I have never seen her go ham. Last season, she just disengaged and walked away. This season, Meredith has been going ham. That girl woke up in the morning. Let's talk about Lisa real quick. Lisa must be stopped at all costs. Lisa went and told Meredith that the folk was questioning her dad's memorial. And I think she did that because she knew Meredith was tired and Meredith was going to go off. And Meredith is packing her bags. They convinced Meredith to get her to calm down. They go hiking and all this other stuff. They come back to the house, kumbaya, whatever. Mary apologizes to Jenny. Um, it's a mess. Let me just say that. I think that they should give the fathers a Father's Day gift from hell. I feel that way.
Heather said that. Heather said, you know what?
I agree
We
with
need to
her.
hook y'all up on something.
We gonna get y'all. I don't know how, but we gonna get y'all because it just makes no sense. Like, why? And yeah, and I think some of the husbands know the beef that the women are going through. Like, first of
But
all, why would
then,
you?
hold on. But then this is what tripped me out. At the end of the at the end, they was like, this is the best girl trip ever.
I was like, y'all
What?
lying.
No,
Y'all lying. Y'all lying, man. Y'all lying. I'm ready for this season to be over. I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
I'm
I've
like,
gone through
when
too
is the
many
season
changes.
finale? Come on.
I
Y'all just
need
don't need to do a Salt Lake City. Just let Salt Lake City rest like y'all did DC. You
you
know
know
they
that
had a
lady.
Real Housewives of DC,
I
right?
know. And that lady who wasn't quote unquote a real housewife snuck in to go do something. I can't remember what it was. I was like,
She
are y'all
snuck
doing it?
into one of the president's stuff.
Yeah, so she could get on the show. I remember that. Oh my God. I didn't even watch that at all.
I watched it. It was just some crock.
Yeah.
That's why I said they needed to let that be it.
All right. Andy Cohen, by the way, finally broke his silence, and so did Meredith about the Jenny situation. Apparently there are some legalities that have to be done. They have already started shooting season 3, apparently. And so they have to figure out what they're going to do as far as Jenny Wynn is concerned. Meredith was like she was told not to say anything, but now she spoke out. So she's vehemently um denied what's the word,
Being
associating
racist.
with Jenny. We don't tolerate that. It's wrong. I like how the tables have turned though, because she tried to accuse Mary of racism. Yeah, the only person that did not jump on Mary's case was Meredith. um
And then
Everybody
they
got
try to get
on
on
Mary.
Meredith for
They tried
not
to get on
saying
Mary, and
anything.
Mary was like, why you mad at her because of something I said? So now all of a sudden it's now the only person I haven't heard any, and maybe they were just following in line because of course Jen broke suit and went ham and was like, no, I got black kids, I got a black husband, no, I can't, and unfollowed her. I want to say Heather unfollowed her, Meredith unfollowed her. I don't know about. I think Lisa unfollowed her. Only person I have not heard that has not unfollowed her is Whitney Rose, which I told you I have problems with Whitney because her best friend got on a plane, private jet, to go to the insurrection at the Capitol. So I'm side eyeing all of that right now. I really, really am.
I'm side eyeing them. Period.
Right?
Any of them, because
Yeah.
they can be slick.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
can't put nothing against, or you can't put nothing past them.
You absolutely cannot. Um. So yes.
But she went off. She
Baby,
was like, leave my family out of this.
and they
Keep
should know
my
this by
family
now because
name out your mouth.
she went ham about her baby. When they would the way the text messages and all that stuff was flying about Brooks, she was highly upset and highly pissed off, and rightfully so.
And I'm just tripping how Jen thinks she didn't do nothing. I ain't do nothing to your family.
You did.
Woman, you
He's telling me he
did.
saw my vagina, ma'am. You didn't have on no panties, and you doing high kicks and stuff in front of this girl, her children. They saw your vagina. I probably saw your vagina. They probably bleeped it out.
They did.
We saw your vagina, ma'am. You was drunk. You was doing crazy stuff. You had your legs open on Meredith's couch with your vagina out. Like, we saw it. It was seen, ma'am. It was seen. Um, so yes, there's that. So he didn't lie about that, and he didn't make your life a living hell because nobody was coming for you, man, but you was coming for this child. Had she done that for your kids, you would have been trying to get Meredith fired from House Salt Lake City. I'm sorry, you would have been. It would have been World War IV. Skip 3, 4. You know, like stop. We can't. The double standards is too much for me. It's too
It
much.
is.
It really, really is. Ladies Who List aired on Friday nights on 8/7 Central. Nope, 9/8 Central. I gotta get my times together. And Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they air the new episode airs 9/8 Central on Bravo.
So they got a new scripted show on called The King of Napa.
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
Let me say this. I like the concept because they have a competing show on ABC that's getting ready to come out as
Mm-hmm.
well. That's similar to that. I
Mm-hmm.
want to watch it. I'm waiting on my show, All Rise, to come back. It's coming back. I'm so glad I don't picked it up. They gearing up for their new season. I can't wait. But yeah, I want to see it. I think they've had like 3 episodes, so I'm gonna watch it. Everybody that I've talked to that have seen it, they like it. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get into it. I love. Let me tell you something. I had 2 subscription services because I could not get on because I have to have my own shows. Hulu got on that bad boy. I canceled that other subscription fast, quick, fast, and hurry. Now let me put this out here right now, Hulu.
You mean the Discovery Plus?
No, it has on Hulu. On
I
is
know. I'm talking about, but did you have to cancel Discovery Plus?
no, I didn't have Discovery Plus. I had a whole nother subscription service. Because I needed on in my life. Um, but now that on is on Hulu, I'm fine. Now I never had to this. I never signed up for Discovery Plus.
I did.
You
I
did?
still have it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I might need your password and stuff. Listen,
You know, I gave you the password to the All Black.
I got to go. I hadn't even logged in yet. I gotta add it to my TV. Um, so I'm gonna check it out. I'm excited for the next season of Queen Sugar as well. That's a really, really good show. Um, you can't understand Ralph Angel. I think this past season he actually spoke up. I have to turn my TV up and turn the closed caption on to hear what he says. But I just need TV1 and my life will be complete Hulu. I'm putting that out there right now. I need TV1.
That's all. TV1. I mean, if
TV1 so I can
TV1
watch my
had their
household.
own streaming service,
Yeah,
I will.
I will. I will subscribe to it. They need to work on that, or I need y'all to add it to the Hulu. I miss
Um,
TV1 on Monday
but
night.
you know,
Fatal
okay,
Attraction is for your man. Oh, I'm sorry.
so I'm not so I'm just making this mention because it's been all over Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and it's been all over
You talking about power?
TikTok.
You talking about power?
Girl, yes.
Let me tell you something. That dinner was like worse than the red wedding. Do you understand what I'm
They
saying?
was like that kind of reminds you of why did I get married?
Listen, I'm talking about the red wedding. Let me tell you something.
Oh
You can't
yeah.
have black folk at a table like that and not expect things to pop off. That girl was ready. Do you understand me? With that information.
But no, what tripped me out is the memes of the kid. They got him on Elf. He's pasted on Real
Baby,
Sparrow Body.
how
They
you the oldest
said he's
kindergarten I have
25
ever
years
met.
old trying to play basketball for
Houseway.
high school.
Houseway. That man said, so I done broke the NCAA rules. So you broke NCAA rules. You done broke the high school rules, the middle school rule. They probably just thought you was big for your age. It was, I said, how you don't know?
I mean, did she rig I'm like, so now I gotta watch the episode now. because this was so funny.
Well, so for as long as the show has been on, because this is season 2 now, okay. So for as
Mm-hmm.
long as the show's been on, Tariq, who is the main character, who is Ghost's son, so he's Ghost
Mm-hmm.
2, um, got into this Ivy League school. He cannot get his inheritance until he graduates from college. So he's
Right.
on a fast track, straight A student, really smart. That was never books were never his problem. He just wanted to be in the streets. Once he found out his dad was in the streets, he wanted to be in the streets as well. His dad and mom tried to keep that away from him. So he figured out a way to do the street thing and graduate from college on a fast track. That's what he decided that he was gonna do. He needed to try to graduate from college in 3 years instead of 4, so that he can get
Mm-hmm.
his inheritance. Because basically everything is left to him and his little sister. So
So it was three of them.
it was 3 of them. He had a twin, and then they had a baby girl.
The twin girl that died, right?
Right. And then they had a baby girl who her mother has had custody of, but her mama was drinking and had to be put in rehab and all this other stuff. So that's the whole thing. So he's supposed his job, in order for him to help him, the person that is the executor of the estate is working with him and was like, hey, listen, what do I need to do so I can get on the fast track to get out of here, so I can get in, these classes to go and get me out. He he had to tutor this NBA draft named Zeke. Now, the rule of thumb is for the NBA, for those who do not know, I was having an intense conversation with my friend, and we're going to move on after this, about the NBA league's decision to not draft kids from high school, because they said you have to be a certain age in order to play, or you have to at least, I think, go to school your freshman year or something to play college ball before you get drafted to the NBA. That's been the
Mm-hmm.
rule of thumb. So the reason why Zeke is in college is Zeke is not, he is a dumb jock. Let me put that out there right now. Baby boy is dumb. Okay. Because after a while, I'm gonna be wondering, why am I the tallest kid in my class? I'm ahead of all the kids by like 4 years.
But let me tell you, I have a Mary Kay sister. Her husband is tall. I'm talking about good 6'5", 6'6". He tall. So when they got two sons, both of them are tall. The oldest one, I'm thinking he's 8 or 9, but when he was in kindergarten, girl, you would thought he was in 5th grade. That's how tall he was.
Girl, oh my God, awful. So yeah, so Tariq is supposed to tutor him, and he thought, for all intents and purposes, that Monet, who was played by Mary J. Blige, was his auntie. Monet, his mama.
Monet, his mama. He was like, "What is this?"
And then here go the other big dummy. So I'm not the oldest. Really? That's what you got out this conversation, nigga? You not the oldest? Oh my God. I'm sorry. We've
And
got
I
off
wouldn't be mad at her. Why y'all mad at her? Why are y'all mad at her?
mad at Monet. She lied.
No, not Monet. I'm talking about the sister that's talking.
Well, Monet mad
That
at
first,
her. We know why Monet mad at her. Diana could have handled that better than she did. But I think she did what she had to do, because her mama been talking crazy to her, cash money, doing little things. She want to go to school. All they had to do was let that girl go to school. That's all they had to do, was let her go to school. Period. Her mama wanted her to be in the streets with her brothers. She didn't want to be in the streets. She just wanted to go to school. Let that girl do what she want to do. At any rate, she gonna pay for that. I know she is, but it had to come out. Now there are more secrets, because the dude that's his daddy is also their drug plug that Kane works for, and Kane, the oldest, who said, "Oh, I ain't the oldest," and he don't know that that's that dude daddy. So I can't wait till that bomb drops. Oh, I can't wait, Jesus. Mm-hmm. When that bomb drops, because the baby daddy's in town, okay? Baby daddy been trying to get at Monet, while dude been in jail, but dude got out of jail on a technicality. He got out
So
of
the
jail.
other dude that she's with, is that her husband?
The dude that she's with is her husband. Okay. The other dude that then came back, he went to the military, but he's also a drug dealer.
Okay.
Instead of him
Okay.
going to jail, they sent him to the military.
Okay.
Okay. So he's a little bit more tactical and smart. Like he got street smart, but he ain't like, he's from the streets, but he's not of the streets, if that makes sense. His street name is Mecca. His government name is Dante. She don't know that her son that went and got the plug. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so there you go. So I can't wait till they find out because that the stuff finna really hit the fan. And the daddy done met the plug. That's the other thing. The daddy done met Dante, but he don't know who
So
Dante is.
so who did he kill? He
Who the
killed a whole bunch of people, didn't
who
he?
who?
The woman's husband.
That's why he was in jail.
No, I'm talking about after they showed him after the incident with the at the dinner table. He and some other folks. I'm talking about Mary J. Blige's husband.
You getting them mixed up. Mary
Okay.
J. Blige's husband killed no one. While all that was going on,
Okay.
Mary J. Blige had her husband at Coney Island. They was at the fair. That was
Okay.
before the dinner table. Dinner table was it. He didn't go
Okay.
kill nobody. After that, he was at home.
Okay.
He put Monet out. Monet went and killed somebody. Well, I don't know if she killed her or not. Um, but the professor at the school was
Mm.
found hanging. Yeah. So yeah, Carrie Milgram is gone. So but I don't think that Monet physically killed her. I think maybe Monet made her hang herself. I'm not sure. We'll see. I can't wait to these last two episodes of this show because I'm on my seat now. I'm on the edge of my seat now. Yes, honey, it's good. It didn't got good because I was concerned for a minute. Baby Bobby Brown and them wasn't gonna be able to hold out, but they holding out and they holding up, and it's okay. I'm ready on. I'm waiting on Tommy, the white boy. I'm waiting on him because that one right there, that show gonna be good. Because let me tell you something, that boy was ride or die for Ghost. You understand me?
Mhm.
Even when I was beefing, he was ride or die, and I loved him. I can't wait till that one comes out. When that comes out, y'all don't bother me on Saturday night at midnight because I'm gonna watch it before all y'all because it's Tommy. At any rate, let's keep going. Um, what do you have to say about these crazy people? Nothing.
I have a lot to say.
Okay, we're gonna have to wrap it up though because I don't think they're worth it this week. That's just my personal
Okay.
opinion.
Basically, Elijah won his dirty draws. His dirty draws. Why are you gonna be on a show and show your dirty
Tell
draws?
me why you go on national TV and you ain't cleaned your drawers, dog.
And he seems like he's a narcissist
Oh yeah,
and he's so full of himself.
very
You should
full.
have made sure your draw game was on point, bruh.
I'll be rocking you soon.
Now, I'm pretty sure his wife was like, "Oh my gosh, I married somebody who got dirty draws
I
on
hope he
national
didn't get none.
TV."
I hope he didn't get none whatsoever.
Okay, Alyssa, whatever her name is, I don't know why she even got on the show.
She's so. I'm telling you, when I saw them, I was like, her and him. I was like, so do we have to have a dog couple on us because they're dog. Both of them are dog. You know the commercial. I can't remember what commercial it is. Don't be your parents. The insurance commercial where the folks
Oh, oh,
did.
oh,
Oh my
oh,
god,
progressive,
it might
progressive.
be progressive. That's who they remind me of.
And so it seems like her friends think that he's gonna be a good thing for her. Because that's what they said. They said, we like you. I don't think they said, I'm saying you're normally not her type, but she needs to be with somebody like you that is not her type. That's what her friend said. Her mama said, I like you. But who else? Who else? Who else? Okay, right now it's too close for me to call with the other black couple.
I think they're gonna make it. I
I
think they're
don't
gonna make
know.
it.
I don't know.
Katina and Elijah one is not, but I think the other black couple is gonna make it. Noah and old boy, however, Noah
Nor
and
said
old
this.
boy,
Nor said this
that
dude
man ain't got
ain't
no
got no
job.
job.
And one flew over the cuckoo's nest. She gonna run that man away. She gonna run him
Oh,
away. Telling you, she's running him away. He's gonna be rant, okay,
but
on up the street.
and then here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need these people, family, to stop giving
They
them
gotta
negative
stop doing it.
information.
Yeah,
Let
they
them
gotta stop.
find out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're setting them up for failure.
Tell you, you
At
absolutely
this
are.
at this
I agree
moment,
with
you're
that.
setting them up for failure. Okay, she does have this kind of attitude. Why are you doing that?
Why would you do that?
Why?
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 I don't like it.
Let them find out for
For
themselves.
themselves, absolutely.
And then you see that was it is it Katina?
Mm-hmm.
The one that's with Elijah Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama don't like him. Her mama
No,
don't
I
like
don't like
him.
Elijah one. I don't like Elijah one, and I'm gonna be honest. If he had have been on the season, was that Paige? Is that her name?
Uh-huh.
I think he would have been worse than Chris was.
Oh, really?
Is Katina, and I'm not saying Paige is not pretty. Paige was pretty, but Katina is pretty. So I don't think they're gonna last because Katina's ready to stop partying and Elijah won the party never stopped. Okay. So I don't think that's gonna last, but I think he's not gonna be so much of an ass off the bat like Chris was because she's the standard pretty girl, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how this finna work out because I don't
Yeah,
think this
this is gonna be interesting.
it is.
It's gonna be real interesting to see how that is. Now let's go on to the Wonder Years.
Wonder Years. Okay, Paul Dean. So Dean has always been good at playing the saxophone. He wanted to play saxophone because that's the instrument his dad played. Dad actually plays multiple instruments, but he plays the saxophone. That's his.
I think he was kind of felt pressure to play. That's how I took it.
Well, no, I think he looked up to his dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like because that's what his dad played, he wanted to be like his dad. That's what I took from it. Because if you remember, his sister,
Played the
had
violin.
huh the
Well, she
cello,
played
yes,
the cello.
and she was like, "Well, Dad won't let me play it because he said people who play saxophone get pregnant." And then when he was trying to
That
figure out
tripped
like
me out.
why is Daddy making me practice this thing over and over and over again, she said, "First of all, that was your fault. You shouldn't have picked the saxophone. You was trying to be like Daddy and pick the saxophone. You thought you had this, but you don't." So come to find out, Dean had stage fright, basically. He got to perform in the crowd, and it threw him off when the white boy said, "Hey, I want to challenge Dean for first chair." What? You want to challenge me for? I have this. My dad is a professor of music. He has a band. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, that little white boy got up there and jammed. I was thinking in my head, play that funky music, white boy. That was what was playing in my head while he was playing the saxophone. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe he just did that. So then Dean had practice, and was like, I'm finna challenge, I'm finna get my seat back. He raised his hand. The next white boy next to him, hey, I want to challenge Dean for a second chair. Oh my God, poor baby, he got bumped down. His daddy, you gonna practice, you gonna practice. Then he got bumped all the way down the fourth chair. Oh my God, the agony. Um,
I
meanwhile,
feel sorry for him.
I did too. Meanwhile, Dean's dad had a decision to make because his band had the opportunity to go on tour and he was getting ready to come up for tenure at the university. So he kind of had to make a decision with that, because he tenure is, that stability, being on the road, not so stable. He has a family. It's not just him anymore. Um, so he's trying to make this decision. The guys come over to practice and they talk to Dean, and one of the homies was talking to Dean, and he was like, "So you just get your first chair back. What are you, second chair?" Nah, man, I got bumped all the way down to fourth chair. Like, I ain't got no
Mm.
solo. It's just it's what it is. Eventually, Dean's mom talked to his dad and was like, "Hey, you doing too much. You too hard on him. My dad did me the same way. You can't be like your dad. Like, sometimes he just needs his father. He doesn't need this taskmaster. He doesn't need this drill sergeant. He just needs his dad." They had a fun day at the fair. Dean did not
Mm-mm.
play in the show at all. The white boy
Mm-mm.
choked. Hey, I was right in the universe, but we do learn from the narrator, who is narrated by the homie,
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Yes. That he does still play the saxophone. So that's giving you a hint to maybe what Dean does for a living. I don't know. Did we ever find out at the end of the Wonder Years? Was he a writer? Was that what his career was in the Wonder
I
Years?
think so. I
Okay.
think so.
So I would like to see this come to light, as this series goes on. We get a little bit more clue as to kind of what Dean actually does.
I,
Um,
s- I still say the brother gonna die.
you keep saying that. Stop. They got the Valentine's Day dance coming up next, so I can't wait to see how that goes. He is broken up with his girlfriend, so best friend is back on the table. Maybe, I don't know. She talking to
But
him.
that tripped me out. Did you see the last week
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
when
Girls,
he
the girls
when
banded
he
together against him.
banded against him? She was like, "Oh, so you can't be friends with me because of your girlfriend?" Basically, I was like, "Dang."
It was hard out there. Make sure y'all check out the Wonder Years on ABC on Wednesday nights, 9/8 Central. Let's keep it pushing on. All right, so Blackish. Let me tell you something. This
That tripped
one,
me out. That was the
oh my
trip me
God,
out. The way she roasted Stephen A. Smith, I
baby.
said, I said, girl, you are my hero.
Hero.
I cannot stand his butt.
You're my hero. Yes. Hero. So Dre calls into Stephen A. Smith's show while he and Diane are in the car, and Diane is driving him around. It is amazing to see that these kids are driving. Oh my God. Okay, but I've gotten off topic. Because they're grown. They've grown up. We've watched them grow throughout the years on the show. I remember when they were itty bitty, and now they're like 17, 18 years old.
Hmm.
Like 17, 18. I think Miles might be 18. um, they grown. Like, they driving, they thriving, they out here doing their thing. So they're driving around, and he thought that this was a good opportunity for him and Diane to spend some time together. So he calls in, he chooses the radio station. He decides to listen to Stephen A. Smith. Keep in mind, Stephen A. Smith, my nerves are tapped on daily whenever I hear this commentary that comes out his mouth. And when he has to eat his little words, I'm excited. Okay, I just want to let y'all know that.
Hmm.
Um, Steven clowns Dre because he had asked a question about, like, who's the most underrated basketball team and what do you think they need to do to get to where they need to be. Dre shouts out the Clippers. He's from Compton, so you're either LA Lakers fan or you a LA Clippers fan. Basically, in LA, that's kind of what they do. Um, Stephen A. Smith clowned him on the radio. It was harsh. It was wrong. Diane was, disturbed. He talked about it to the guys, and they were like, "Revenge! You got to get revenge on him. You gotta show him who's boss." So he's trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, Jack has gone to his granddad to teach him how to play poker because he's going to a casino night style birthday party, and he don't want to be the person there that loses and all this stuff. So he seems to be a natural at this, right? He beat his granddad on first hand, took all his money, went on about his business. It's all good. Granddaddy ends up at the party playing. They're trying to break him from. They don't want to continue the cycle. Although I've never seen Dre really gamble on the show, but they don't want it to skip a generation and it carries on because it's a bit bad gambling problem. Um, Jack decides they wanted to go do something else. They broke the promise. It was what it was because Granddaddy was finna hawk grandmama's wedding ring, and that wasn't gonna work out for anybody because I'm sure she would have blew their house up. Um,
Cause they did get remarried, didn't
they
they?
did get remarried, so they back together, reunited, and it feels
Cause
so
at a point in
good.
time he was engaged to Loretta Devine.
Yeah, that fell through the cracks. I can't remember what happened, but it didn't work out. Whatever happened, it didn't work
I'm
out.
gonna have to watch it again. Watch it from
Yeah,
the
I
beginning.
can't remember what happened, but it didn't work out. So Dre gets back in the car with Diane and they're riding around. And he decides he's gonna call back into Stephen A. Smith's show and he finna roast him. And Diane got him together so quick.
Man.
I was proud of little sis. I was proud.
She
She made
said,
her
"My name is Diane. You can Google me. Google
Google
me.
me. Okay.
You
Google me.
little old bitch."
Google me. I was super excited to see that. So, um,
But then we is this the same one with Bo and her getting
oh
with
my god,
those
I totally forgot about
nurses?
that. Yes. Um, she had fought the good fight, and has torn down walls, barriers, that sort of thing, so that other black doctors can come up because there was a time in the point in the hospital where she was a minority. So she's opened up doors and she became, I guess she had some high position in the hospital, what have you. She decided that her group of doctors that she normally hang around, they kind of suck. So she decided to get with the sisters. And so she asked them to come and volunteer. Well, they volunteered, but they only thought that they, had to volunteer because, Bo is their boss. Um, she was like, no, this isn't a mandatory thing. And they were like, oh, okay, because next weekend I'm doing this. The girl, I got to go get my hair done, and I got to do this, I got to do this. So that was that. So she decided to
I,
go out with.
I thought that was kind of mean how they did her.
Everybody was mean to her. The guys that she normally hangs out with were mean to her, and then the girls were kind of mean to her. But who wants to hang out with their boss? You know what I'm saying? Um, and so when they were she decided to take them out for drinks and she was paying or what have you. And she realized at that point in time, she's the boss. And you really can't, you can be there for your employees, but at the end of the day, they're going to still see you as the boss. They're not going to see you
Hmm.
as the cool person that's just your superior. And she learned that through the conversation because they made some snide remarks about, them being in meetings. She's like, well, we going to the meeting, so you can be a doctor at the hospital. Like she got upset, and she learned that lesson the hard way. So she had to do what she had to do. But it's funny because you have to separate that thing when you're working. You can be cool, you can have little side conversations or whatever, but at the end of the day, you also have to be in a position where your employees respect you enough to know that, hey, I'm the boss, so when I need you to do something, it won't be no backlash, it won't be no backlip. You tell me how you really feel, you the boss, so this is how it is. Okay, cool, fine, it is what it is. So she learned that lesson.
Maybe because Sharon was so awesome. And when I was on in childcare at DHS, my supervisors was awesome. So
I had a good supervisor, Marsha, but Marsha left. She got a promotion. She left me with Shelly.
yeah, oh
Um,
yeah.
and you know how that story goes. So,
Hmm.
I love Marsha. Marsha was cool. She was stern. She was sweet. She understood. She's a great social worker and a great boss. I had no problem with her at all. I did, however, have a problem with that darn Shelly. I just want you to know that. Um,
Yeah, you told me.
moving right along. Make sure y'all check out. This is the final season of Blackish, so make sure y'all check them out on Tuesday nights. I think they're 9:30, 8:30 Central on
Yeah.
ABC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. My blood pressure be up when I watch this show. They acting too good. Everybody need an Oscar, a Golden Globe, a Grammy, a, a Tony Award. They doing this too well, man. They're doing it too well.
You said Ashtray was your favorite.
Ashtray is my absolute favorite character. Do you understand me? Ashtray be ready with the guns. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me say this. Let me first let me talk about Rue, and we're gonna get into what's his name's dad in just a minute. This is Jake's dad.
Uh, I think so.
I think this is
Because
mine.
it started off with his
And we're gonna
the
talk about
background about him.
right. We're gonna talk about him. Rue and Jules are having an issue because Jules does not like Rue's friend. And Lord God, I keep forgetting this man's name.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Well,
Google
this
it. Because she feels like dude like Rue, and dude want to get it on with Rue, and he was like, "No, we're just friends." He's really kind of like sexually fluid too, so it kind of doesn't matter. I feel like
is his name Ethan?
I that sounds right. Maybe no. Why does Ethan sound like somebody else's boyfriend name? Hold on. Um. So I think he kind of
No, no,
if you
no. Ethan is the Cassandra's boyfriend.
yeah
Cat's boyfriend. Hold on.
yeah Cat's boyfriend. Uh, is his name Daniel?
Hmm.
Elliot. That's his name. He got a guitar in his hand. That's what. That's how I knew his name is Elliot. So she thinks Elliot is digging Rue. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
actually digging Jules. So I think
Mm.
that's gonna be the problem. We thought he was gonna get with Rue, but I think the problem gonna be he gonna end up getting with Jules. That's just a whole another horse of another color that I wasn't ready to deal with.
But
Meanwhile,
see, Rue can't stop getting high.
she cannot. She can't stop getting high. At all. Period. Uh, she made a really snide remark to her sponsor about his parenting. He went ham out. Well, he didn't go ham, but he kind of went off on her a little bit. Coleman Domingo is just amazing. I just Nate's is that boy's name, by the way, not Jake. Um, so we open up the story with them talking about Cal and when Cal was in high school. Cal had a best friend that he also was like in love with. But because the norm at that time was not being gay, the norm at that time was, being with the girl and, doing the do with the girls and all this stuff, heteronormative things. That was back in the what 70s, 80s. That's what it
No,
was.
that was in the 90s.
Was that
In
in
the
the
90s. Yes. Cause you had to watch the if you watch the after the preview, they talk about the episodes. And so the hair
90s?
design, yeah, we that old, honey.
He our age?
Yes, he's
Hey,
our
old
age.
at the heather. Yes, I am. Okay. I got a whole college student. I don't like
It's,
this. I don't like
it's a
this at
hubba,
all.
hubba, hubba, hubba.
So at any rate, Cal was in love. Well, Cal got a girl pregnant. Okay. So that ended his little love story. But it was
Probably his mom, the dude's mama.
yes, Nate's mama. The love of his life. I don't know why that's funny to me. Um, so Cal is oh Lord. So we'll get to that part in just a second. Hold on. Pause. Cassie, oh my God.
Didn't I tell you she got problems?
Oh my God. She is
Didn't
super obsessed with Nate. Super obsessed with Nate. Every Friday night, they moaning at the parents' house, in the hotel, wherever they can. He picks her up on Friday night and she go and she do the dang thing. With Nate, and she's super obsessed with him. She wants him to notice her at school. She's dressing like Maddie. Maddie still ain't caught on yet, apparently. I thought that would have given it away. Definitely.
I was like, really?
We're gonna be that dumb. That's fine. Do what you do. Well, Nate chose Maddie. He met Maddie at her babysitting job when he was supposed to pick up Cassie. Um, brought Maddie flowers. That's not gonna end well.
No.
Meanwhile, Lexi wants to do a play. I don't know why they kept mentioning Oklahoma. Maybe because of the day that Cassie came to school dressed like Oklahoma. But Lexi wants to put on this play. People are
That tripped me out. I
play.
was like, what in the
It
hell
was
did she
really
got
weird for
on?
me. Yeah, it was awful. They talked real bad about her. Kat meets Ethan's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Kat is really nervous. She doesn't know what to do. She's freaking out. Blah blah blah. That was a weird exchange. And then my favorite scene in the whole wide world. Cal sneaking around outside. They catch him. Okay. Ashtray has this good old shotgun. Do you hear me? Not a regular gun. He has a shotgun. And he is beating this man in the head with the barrel of the shotgun. When I tell you, little Ashtray made me happy, like I raised him myself. Do you hear me? He was beating that man in the head, and and the of course Nate lied to his dad. So now I got to go back and find out why did Fazco threaten Nate? I don't remember. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Because he said, remember I told you the next time I saw you, I was going to kill you? He was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He took that drink and then went to go ham on that man. I need to know why. So now I have to go back and watch season 1. I don't know when I'm going to do it because I have a lot on my plate. But I have to figure out why this was a thing. So now Ashtray is holding this man feet to the fire. I'm like, yes, Ashtray. He was like, so you had sex with Jules? He was like, yeah. Oh, that's sick. You didn't know she was at. I didn't know she was in high school. So I just want the disc. I just want the tape. We ain't got the tape. But that's when they said that's why he said you beat him up. No, that ain't why I beat him up. Because he kept threatening to call the police. That was my thing. He was like, I'm gonna call the police. I know the chief of police. Listen, we don't care nothing
Call
about
him.
the chief of police. Go on and call him. Call him. Boom. Call him. Boom. Call him. Boom. Boom. Can you just stop hitting me? Ashtray said, that my Fazco said, Ashtray, let me holler at you for a minute, man. Let me holler at you for a minute. He done calmed old Ashtray down because Ashtray was ready for the
To,
world. You hear me?
he he was ready to kill that
He was
man.
ready for the world. I was super excited about that. I'm sorry. So he was ready for the world. I was super excited about that. Super de duper excited about that. Um, and he had to calm him down. So he was like, I promise I'm not gonna say anything to anybody. So now Cal and Nate got a problem. Maddie has the CD. Now you said you think that the only reason why he's gonna try to get back with Maddie is so he can get that disc from Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's the only reason why?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he, in his sick, twisted world, he think he can have Cassie on the side and still be with Maddie. I don't know. That's weird. But I hope it blows up in his face. And I hope somebody finds out and I hope somebody takes it to the police and shows them what this man was doing to Jules on this video. I just hope somebody tells it. Make sure y'all catch Euphoria on HBO Max. Comes on at 9 o'clock Sunday nights. Make sure y'all check it out. The Crew. We're not gonna be long with this. This was
Go
fun.
ahead.
So, and I don't know everybody's name. I just be laughing at them. Oh my god. Um, So Nicole Byers' character, which I literally love her. She is awesome and hilarious, and she's not afraid of her size. It's not a problem. It's just I'm gonna be who I be. Her character on here is named Nikki. And Nikki and one of their best friends decide to uh go into, and I'm trying to find. They don't even have his picture on here. I don't like that. Hold on, it's gonna come to me. All right. Oh, he was skinny at one point in time. His name is Sherm. I'm sorry, that ain't nice. Sherm. uh, they Nikki is a real estate agent, so I never knew this about her. She's a real estate agent on the show. That's her job. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and because she's this real estate agent, she's looking for business all the time. Well, this popular rapper comes and he wants to, shop around for houses. Nikki's excited. That's Sharm's favorite rapper. So he's like, hire me as your assistant. Because he thought he was going to be able to come in on the ride just on some friend stuff. That wasn't the case. Well, she hired Sharm as the assistant. Um, Sharm did not do a good job as an assistant. He really sucked at his job. Uh, he was convincing her to go to the parties, and he went to go to the studio and all this stuff. But of course, it was not a good fit. Um, he ended up finding out that um the guy wasn't interested in buying a house from her anyway, although she showed him all these different houses and everything because the studio rents out all the houses, that sort of thing. Meanwhile, her brother Noah uh was dating a girl, and they had like toxic energy chemistry. Like they were sitting in the car, somebody hit them from behind, and all of a sudden they turned on and they about to get it on. Like it was really crazy. Something almost catch fire and they get it on or whatever. Um so every time he tried to like break up with her, something would happen to where they end up connecting again over this trauma. That's what I meant. Not toxic energy, but like trauma. Because they connected over it, they kind of bonded over the trauma. And so and so um she ended up breaking up with him after they found that they had something in common. They like romantic comedies, but she almost chokes on something at a restaurant that they're at, and some guy comes and saves her from being choked, and now all of a sudden she's in love with him. So he decided that they weren't going to work out. Meanwhile, their friend Anthony is dating a girl, and they're moving too fast. Okay, Anthony is a vegan. Her dad is like a grill master, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a problem. It's like, oh, we can't tell my dad that you vegan, but when the dad shows up, they're eating like vegetarian. So they go out to eat. He's trying to get him to taste the meat. It's crazy. It's funny. They end up breaking up because, he told her he thought it was too much for her. They were dating. They had only been dating for a short period of time. Thought it was too soon for him to be meeting the parents and then to be under all this pressure, that sort of thing. So they ended up breaking up. Funny show, Grand Crew. Make sure y'all check them out. They come on Tuesdays. All the black shows come on Tuesdays, and I don't like it. They
That's
come on
why I record them. That's why I record them.
8:30, 7:30 Central on NBC. We didn't get there was no new episode of This Is Us this week, right? Or did we already talk
Yes, it
about
was.
huh?
Yes, it was.
The funeral happened?
No.
I thought we already talked about Daisha getting in trouble.
Mhm.
Yes, we
No,
did.
we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on air.
Okay. This Is Us to be put back into the mix next week. I could have sworn we talked about it on here.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Abbott Elementary. I'm gonna keep this real quick because we gotta get into Encanto. Abbott Elementary came on, and the name of this episode is called New Tech. Let me tell y'all, I love this show so much. It's not funny. So you got old school teachers and you got new school teachers. They come in, and of course, we all have a gripe about new technology on the job, right? They keep changing our customer service system at work. I absolutely hate it. They bring this new system in that's supposed to help the kids to learn how to read better. Well, Shirley Ralph's character, named Barbara, She doesn't want help with the program. She don't want nobody to know that, she doesn't understand it. She doesn't know what she's doing. She was like, I can teach the kids the old way. I don't have to do this. I don't have to use this new tech. So this little boy, she got him to memorize the book, and he read the book so well, and it looks like he's reading it, but he's not. He memorized it. That the principal was like, she's gonna mix it up because she was gonna read the book in front of the whole school. And so the principal was like, you know what? He need to read this right here. It's Michelle Obama's Becoming. So if he could read this, he could read anything. So she give him the and so she had to stop him from reading the book because he started dancing. Because whenever he got nervous or whenever he's happy, he starts dancing. So he started dancing because he's like, I can't read this book. And so she decided to come clean to everybody. At the school, Quinta Brunson's character Janine is the new kid on the block. She's been
Excuse
there for
me.
about a year or two. Um, she is, wanting to help Barbara. Barbara does not want her help at all. She always trying to help Barbara, and Barbara be like, "Listen, girl, I don't need this help." Um, she decides to allow Janine to help her, so that makes Janine very happy because Janine irks Barbara's nerves. Uh, but make sure y'all check out Abbott Elementary. It is on ABC. All the black shows. I think they come on at 7:30 on ABC. So make sure y'all check them out on Tuesday nights. Um, Encanto. Are we ready to
Are
not
we
talk about
ready?
Bruno? No, no.
We're ready.
So let me say this. This movie gave me all the feels. Um a lot of family dynamics are rooted in generational curses. And we don't really know what the root of the problem is. We don't know where it started. And if you have not seen Encanto yet, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. We finna talk about it. Um, so Abuela, which I had all my little characters up for them, so I won't get nobody wrong. Um, Abuela, tells a story to her granddaughter, Mirabelle. Um, tells a story about the family, the Madrigal family, and how they kind of began their journey as a family. And she goes into detail about what happened, and she tells the family that her and the grandpa got split when somebody took over their village to burn the village down or whatever. It was a war, some type of war. They didn't explain what type of war it was, and she didn't really explain the war part at the beginning. She made it this fantasy, this fairy tale, and you had to do good. You had to be better. You had to be excellent because they ran this village that grandma or abuela built in this town, and their family, each member of the family had magical powers. However, when it was Mirabelle's time to get the magical powers, uh, she didn't get them. Didn't know why
Mm-mm.
she didn't get them. So she was different, and of course, you a lot of people grow up in families where they feel like they're different, not necessarily the black sheep of the family, but they don't necessarily fit in 100% in the family. Um, and it hurts because you want to
Mm-hmm.
be good enough. You know what I'm saying? And she never felt like this. She was enough. And even when she tried to warn the family about the house, there were other characters in the story that saw what she saw as well. For example, not Isabella, the whispering girl. It wasn't Pepper. Was it Pepper?
The
Girl,
one with the red dress,
yes, the
the
Lord.
cousin that, the one that can hear everything.
Yeah, she can hear everything. And so she's like, well, I mean, she knew that Bruno was living in the house.
That's what I said. I think she knew that Bruno.
She
She
knew.
had to have
She
known.
said Bruno was living in the walls, and nobody listened to her. Um, she said that. The other person that dealt with a lot of trauma, the weather girl. I call her the weather girl. The aunt that had the every time they talked about Bruno, she kind of like had a nervous condition. It was really really bad. Um, And they had made Bruno this mystical character who all he wanted to do was try to help the family, but because Abuela couldn't see past, perfection, she wanted everybody to be
Right.
perfect.
Right.
Um, it was pretty crazy, and even her sister, um, Maribel's sister Isabella, she was always perfect. She planted these beautiful flowers. Her hair was black and long. She's the prettiest, and really, really, I'm perfect, 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 blah, 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 blah. And she really didn't want to be the perfect girl. Like it was just so much because she required so much of them.
And then you had the other sister who was strong.
Right. Was strong. I think that was her cousin. I didn't think that was her sister. I thought
No,
that was.
no, they was a sister.
Oh, that was her sister? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was her cousin. Um,
It's her sister.
was super strong. She was losing her strength because she's stressed out. You got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Like what on earth? It was a lot. It was a whole lot. The house ended up crumbling. When she found Bruno's vision, she went to Bruno's thinking cave or whatever, found his vision, the pieces that were shattered, put them together, and that's when all hell, proverbial hell, breaks loose. Um, you want to say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, I thought you was gonna say something. Um, the house falls apart. Mirabelle tries to get the magic candle that deals with all of their powers and stuff. And as long as the candle continues to burn, their powers won't go anywhere. Well, she was trying to get it, she never got it. Grandma went off on her. She said, "You're the reason why it ain't never enough. No matter what I do, I tried to help you people out. You you blaming me for everything. I don't even understand what you are the problem. You got the problem. It's you. It is you. At the end of the day, it's you." So she runs off and she ends up at this lake. And this is the lake where Abuela tells Mirabelle the story of the true story of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
She saw her husband die in front of her. They killed her husband in front of her with her three babies in her arms. Um, she decided that she had to rebuild and start over, and so she came up with this rebuilding plan to rebuild her life and rebuild her family. But it was hard work that she had to do, and she had to do it all on her own. And she was grieving. She never really got to grieve her husband or the death of her husband because she had to deal with these villagers that also lost their homes. She had to deal with her kids and raising them and building them up and trying to make a home for them. So she didn't have the opportunity to do what she needed to do to deal with those the hurt and the pain. Um, so they came through. They came together as a family. They built the house. They built the house, got it put back together. Once they got the house put back together, Mirabelle got her doorknob because each person gets a doorknob at a certain age and they get their powers. Mirabelle gets her doorknob and inserts it in. And when I tell you, I am not a crier at the movies, but when I tell you, I was in tears, okay? At the end because I felt that at times of my life I felt like Mirabelle, you know. Um, and it's unfortunate, but that was something that I felt. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we all kind of feel like we're not good enough to go on or move forward in life, just in general, period. And lo and behold, that there you have it. You got Mirabelle, and all of a sudden she was enough, and she was really the glue that held the family together. She was trying to help. She was trying to make sure she did her part, although she did not have the magical powers that everybody else had. I thought her little
Well,
cousin.
her dad and her uncle didn't have magical powers because
I
they
didn't
wasn't
realize
born
that.
into the family.
Well, they were married into the family, so they
Right,
weren't
right.
really required. You had to be a blood member of the family, if you will, to have the power. So their
Mm-hmm.
kids, her children, her children's children, and their children were gonna inherit
Mm-hmm.
some type of power. The little cousin was cute, talking to the animals. He was adorable. I loved him. Um, the crazy cousin when they was who turns into different people, and they were singing no no no
Don't talk. Don't you don't you
talking
can't
about
say
that
nothing about
room.
you
No,
know.
no, no. Somebody said 7 foot tall rats on his back. He had me rolling. I was I was tripping. Um, what do you think? Cause you ain't saying much of nothing. I'm sorry. I know I've been talking.
Basically, this movie here to me, it really stresses about mental issues.
Yeah, yeah,
And I felt bad for Maribel, I really did.
yeah,
And how she tried to belong, and even in her own family, and she was ostracized except
yeah.
by her mama. Her mama, accepted her for, but for your grandmama not to really show love for you, your grandmama. I'm like, I'm just making me think, what if my grandmama never showed me love? I would be just,
But
oh
think
my
about how many.
gosh.
So think about this. Think about how many grandparents don't really fool with their grandkids because of who their mama is or who their dad is. Think
That's
about
just
that.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't really fool with your mama, so I'm not gonna fool with you either.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of grandparents that don't fool with their grandkids like that.
Well, there's a lot of young grandparents now.
No,
Because
it's some
back in the
no,
day,
no, 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 ma'am. It's some old grandparents that don't fool with their grandkids. It's some old
interesting.
ones. We got generational curses are real and they pass down from generation to generation. It ain't just start with no young. Somebody called me in the day. I listen to Sway in the mornings on the way,
Hmm.
dropping the kids off to school and on the way to work.
Hmm.
And this man, they wanted to know what was the cause in crime or the rise in crime. And he was from Memphis too, by the way.
Hmm.
His answer to that was you got a lot of single parent homes. These
Hmm.
mothers don't want to raise their kids. They want to be on TikTok and social media. They had slow down, low down. Sway was like, I was raised by a single parent. I don't have a record. You know, you can't put that. And then the next caller was like, well, you talking about the single mamas. What about where the man at? You know, you can't point to one particular thing
Hmm.
and you can't say, well, it's some young grandparents. Yeah, it's some young grandparents because folk didn't want to raise their kids in general. And your kids out here making you a meme at the age of 37. That's a real
Girl, no. I think I done seen it all when I met a 39-year-old great grandmama.
it's real. But here's the thing: there's nothing new under the sun. We just didn't
Mm-mm.
talk about it. Let's
Mm-mm.
go there.
Mm-mm.
Back in the day, you
They
know,
kept their hush hush.
it
All
was
the
hush hush.
all
It
the
was under the table. A lot of people's
mm-hmm.
like, well, what about the old days when grandma and granddaddy had a family around the corner? Stop playing. Y'all don't want to talk about
Mm.
that.
My
Y'all want
granddaddy
to
did. I know
fantasize.
that. My dad's
Right.
dad did.
Yeah. Like you got holes in different area codes or rather in different zip codes. Because it ain't area code. My zip code 38111, yours 38114. You know what I'm saying? Like we want
Mm-hmm.
to um romanticize relationships and how they were. And I'm not saying that all relationships were like that back in the day, but like real talk. Granddaddy had another family down the street around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Grandmama and granddad didn't stay in the same house. They were still married. They had their girlfriends and their boyfriends on the side. Like that is real. That ain't just started happening with this new generation. They had to get it from somewhere. We just didn't talk about it. The folks in the church messing with the younger people in the church, or the deacon sleeping with the ushers or the pastor. He got his wife sitting in the pulpit with him, but he got he got
Girl.
members of the congregation that he's thanking for they tithes in person. Things
My grandmama, in fact, my grandmama, she forbade my grandfather from becoming a reverend. he knew he knew that was his calling, that God
right.
called him to be a reverend. But my grandmama's like, nope.
Cause
Mm-mm,
I know
mm-mm.
them granny pennies gonna be on in the pulpit. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's
and,
real. They're
and
real.
my mama
Generational
said
curses
she
real.
remember. My mama said she remembered that he kept on saying one night, I guess God was throwing him out of the bed. I was like, what? She said God threw him out the bed because he fell out the bed. And he was like, okay, okay, Lord, I'm doing it. I will do it. I will do it. And he just promised my grandmama, look, I'm your husband. You my wife. That's it. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna, talk to other women. I'm not gonna cheat on you. He never cheated on me. He's a unicorn. I called him the unicorn.
And I mean, and she had an insecurity because of the things that she's saying. That's why I'm saying
Uh-huh.
it's nothing new under the sun. Things have happened. There are women that throw themselves at preachers because of the power, the position that they're in. We talk about that in our day-to-day conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's a mess.
Mm.
And it is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. So it didn't get that deep, but there were some real mental health issues that this family had to overcome and deal with. And of course, song and dance is not going to help, but they only had like an hour and 30 some minutes to do this movie because you can only keep a child's attention for so long. But that's something for us to think about and just consider. And I think a lot of mental health professionals need to watch this movie because I'm sure it can help them with
Mhm.
some techniques and some things to help kids, young adults, teenagers, grown folk, the whole nine. I like the way that they had it set up because it's real, and I'm sure we can find some other mental health issues in other films, but this one right here, this was a great one. And this was a good example of multiple issues going on and them passing those issues down generation to generation. Anything else you want to add, Wendy?
No, I think you just said it all.
All right. Well, Encanto, you guys can catch it on Disney Plus now. Very, very musical movie. I dig it. The Squid Games has gotten a season 2, so more of your kid games,
I'm
Wendy,
not watching it.
will
I'm
be.
not watching it. I am not watching it. I am not watching it. You can watch it, but I am not going to watch it. I am already traumatized from watching this one. I'm not going to watch it. No, 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 no.
Wendy
Hell
said no.
no.
No, I won't be watching it. I'm gonna watch it because I need to know what happens. I want to know if this man gonna go back in and infiltrate the system. They left that off real wrong. He did not get on the plane and go to LA to see his child. He decided he finna go in the Squid Games. Sir, why? You done won your money. You done been traumatized. Why you want to go back into that? That's what I want to see. I'm sorry. I need vengeance to be his. I don't think it is, but I need vengeance to be his. Uh, you said they're gonna mess up hopscotch next. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, okay. The Equalizer is getting a part 3. I'm excited about this. I like the show, but I like Denzel whooping folks' tail in record time. I love it. Um, so he's working on the Equalizer 3. I still have not seen the tragedy of Macbeth, so I think I'm gonna watch that. I might have to be awake to do that. I don't want to go to sleep. So I want to see that. I heard it was awesome. So I'm gonna go and check that out. And see that. But he went right into the Equalizer after this. It's good to see old Denzel out here working. You know what I'm saying? Be like Samuel L. Denzel. Be like Samuel L. Act to your last days. Do what you do. I love it. Um, I want to see a journal for Jordan. I heard that was a good movie as well. So I definitely want to check that out.
Well, you can check it out. I I told you I really can't watch movies that has anything about wars or anything or military.
Just period. Like he ain't got to be at war.
I
But
mean,
the
he's
fact
gonna
that he
die
gave
in the
them,
war. That he's gonna die.
oh, I didn't know he died because they never gave that away.
He's gonna die.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know he
So you can
died.
watch it. That's why I said a journal for Jordan, because he was writing a journal to his son.
Well, I mean, I got that part.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will watch that. I watch that by myself. We don't want to watch nothing with me. No Squid Games, no Journal for the Jordans. Um,
Look, I look. It's
hey
hard for me to
guys,
watch war
so
movies. Now,
so
now, let me tell you a show that I do like.
what?
And I mean, I'm like, I already saw what 3 episodes of it.
What?
Um, dang it, it's the one with hold on, with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, I have
That's
not
my
seen it
jam.
yet.
That's my
Yeah,
jam, girl.
I
That would
love when
have
Chance the
you
Rapper. I love when Chance the Rapper
cracking
did Hot
up.
in Here though.
That would have you cracking
I'm
up.
almost certain. I'm gonna have to add
And
to
I
my list. I
think,
haven't
what's
watched
the
it yet.
black girl name that was with what's that group? What's her name? Naomi or whatever her name is.
Naomi. Um,
Naomi. She and Taraji P. Henson was partners.
were
And
they?
she had to sing a song, country. Was it country? Yeah, country. And I forgot what the name of the song was, but she did really good. and and it's like towards the end of it, one of the things they got to do is they in this booth, and the microphone has a little squirt thing. So if you miss it, or if the opposite part the opposite team gets it, it squirts water at you.
Oh, and
So
I get
it's
what
kind
he
of
was
like a
doing.
karaoke. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
karaoke,
yeah.
and you have to know the song when
Right.
they
It's
stop
like on
showing
his
the
show.
word.
It's like on Jimmy Fallon's show. So if you ever seen his show, they do that. They have this set up. So basically, what they did was took a segment from his show and they
Hmm.
created a show. I think that's dope.
And they have one segment where you do the little machine, and it tells you what you can do, and
Hmm.
one of them is Magic Mike. So there's 5 microphones, and so when you sing into it, you're gonna sound different.
Oh my
And
god.
so every time you sing in a line, the microphone lifts up, and you got to go to that microphone and sing. And it's just so funny. It's hilarious, and it's just good TV for an hour. Jimmy
Okay.
Fallon is my boo. My boo. I love Jimmy
Yeah,
Fallon.
I love Jimmy Fallon. He's hilarious. All right, so guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the Size Up Official podcast. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get a notification when we go live. We like commentary, so and I will respond if I see you have left me a message on the YouTube or on the Facebook. I will definitely respond, or somebody from the size up will respond to you. So make sure y'all join in on the conversation. We love it. We dig it. We are living for it 100%. Um, we will see you guys next Sunday when we do the size up. And we'll be back here again next week. It's going to be at an earlier time because I have meetings and whatnot. When the size up, we're gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good night. Oh, it's after 10 o'clock. It's past my bedtime. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I gotta get. See, I can't. I can't.